Welcome back everyone to Codewom YouTube channel. We are back with a new tutorial on how to implement basic search functionality through a list. So this video will cover how we can search for different items in a list. But before diving to that, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please make sure you like, share and subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon as well. So let's move to our app. Here I have just created this boilerplate code with Flutter, and you can just create this project. We have this counter app. Just remove the code we have here and we will create our own. Create stateless widget with the name my app, or we can also call it search app. So you can name it whatever you want, but just create this basic search. It will return a material app, and here we will be providing this home. In home we need to provide, let's say, call it home screen, and this is our home screen. Remove this const. We need to create this stateless widget with the name home screen, and once we have it, let's add a scaffold here, and we will have this body. Let's put some text here that will be search, and wrap this text in center, and let's restart our app to see. We have this home screen here that is search. Let's create a new file with the name home screen where we will add this search thing. So that will be home screen dot dot. Just copy this code from here and add it here. Import material library. Also import the home screen in main, and now we can implement our code here. Let's remove this banner from here, the bug show check mode banner. Let's set it to false to remove it from here. Now inside the home screen where we have our VS Code, here we have it. Inside the home screen, we will be showing a list, and on top of the list you will have a text field that will let us handle the search functionality. For that, let's create a list view here, that will list view.builder. Provide an item builder that will just return a container here with decoration, that will be box decoration. Set the color will be colors dot gray, or we can just set this amber color. Remove this const from here, and we will have this list. Oh, we have this problem because we need to provide here, uh, sorry, not here, in the ListView.builder we need to provide item count. Let's give it some value, because if we are loading it and we haven't specified item count, so it will take infinite. So when it's infinite, you can see it's taking time to hot reload. So we need to provide a count here because we cannot render infinite. So let's close this app and run it again. Control function F5, and now our app has been built. Let's wait for the UI to render here. We cannot render anything here. Let's find out the root cause. From home screen, here we have this ListView.builder. Let's wrap it with the expanded widget so that it can take all the space it can. We have some issue here, so let's find it out. Incorrect user parent widget. Okay, we don't need it here because we already have this thing. Then we have this container, and here actually we are building these containers, but we haven't specified any height. So let's specify some height, and now you can see we have these containers. Let's make it ListView.separated in order to build a separator, and that will be size box. We will be giving height of 10, and you can see we have these 10 list styles being built. Also, let's wrap this with padding widget so that we can provide some padding. That will be agentsets.symmetric. We will provide a horizontal padding that will be 20, and we are now building this list. So in this container we can also make a list style here as well. Let's create a list style. Here we will have some title, and this title will be some text widget that will be showing some text. And in this list style we have some pairing, so we can change the pairing from here. That will be content pairing. So let's change the pairing. make it symmetric, and horizontally we need to remove this vertical padding, or we can just give it like 5, and horizontal will also be 5. So let's give it this padding for time being. We have this separator builder, and we have this height of 10. I think it's good, but we need to provide a tile color to differentiate these different list tiles. So give it a color dot amber, we can provide just gray color. Now we have the tiles being built here. We need to remove this vertical padding from here. Let's make it 3, or just remove it. So we have these list tiles here. In these list tiles we can show different things like movies, to-dos, or whatever you want, but we need just names that we would like to sort. So we have the list with us. Now we need to build a search field. For that, let's wrap this list view in a column, because we will be building a text field here. So let's get this text field, and here we need to provide different things like unchanged here. Also we can provide some hint text as well, but you can see we have an issue here now, because uh, we have added this text field and then list view dot builder, but column takes the size of a screen, and list view can take unbounded height, because the records or the list tiles we have here may not fit into this screen. So for this purpose, list view has unbounded height. To make it fit within the available space, we will wrap it in expanded widget, and now it will work. We have it handled here. Also we need to add some padding to the list view as well, so that this extra space is removed. So we will add all, so make it 0. Here we can provide some spacing, that will be size box. Let's give it a height of 10, and we have the spacing here. We have text field at the top here, so we need to bring it down as well. So we will provide a bit of vertical spacing padding, that will be 10. Also we need to provide size box here, and the height should be 20. And now we have this text field down here. Also create an app bar, that will be just a simple app bar. We're having a title, that will be text, and showing search app. So we have this app bar with us, and now we don't need this 20 height, remove it. Also we can remove this vertical spacing from here. We still have some spacing, so let's find out. We have this app bar, then we have this text field. So let's extract these widgets and make these custom widgets. I will take this text field from here. We have decoration to be set here, and that will be input decoration. Here we can give it a fill color. For that, let's get this flag true, then specify fill color, and that fill color will be colors dot gray. So let's give it this color. We will also give it some opacity dot with, let's remove this const from here, and then we will add some opacity here, that will be 0.4. It's looking good. Now we can also remove this underline border we have, so we can here provide the border, that will be outline input border, and here we can remove this border side, set it to border side dot none. It's been removed now. Also let's make the corners rounded. For that, use the border radius property here, and here provide this border radius dot circular property here, and give it the value of 12. Remove this const, and you can see it's been rounded. We can make it more rounded here as well, but for our use case we don't need to focus on the UI, because we are focusing on this search functionality. Let's also give it some styling, that will be text style, and font weight is going to be bold, make it bold. Also the font size, I think just making it bold will work. And we have this app bar here ready. Down below we will have these list styles. So let's extract this widget for better practice, for best practice. So we will extract this widget, that will be custom text field, and here in this text field we will be also adding a hint text here. So use this hint text and we will be getting a property that will be hint text. So add, take this as a string here, that will be hint text, and then we will also take this on change here, copy this here from here and make it final on changed. We will be taking this on change here as well. Also we need to take this hint text as well. So this hint text will be empty by default. We have provided hint text here, we will provide this on changed here, and we have our uh, text field ready. Let's increase this a bit, make it 14. This is our search field. Let's provide a hint text to this search field, that will be search here, and it's good to go now. Also I think this opacity should be decreased a bit more, so let's make it 2. I think it looks good now. So that's how we will be handling the search. We will search for things here, and that will update this list that we have here. Right now we need to create some data model that to be stored as list item. So our text field is ready. Now we would like to um, extract this widget that we have here, this list style, and we need to create a custom style. In this custom tile we will provide different things, like let's create a model. I will call it to do. So in order to create to do, let's create a class. Let's use to do for these list items. It will be a class. We have this final string nullable text for to do, then we have a date time for to do, that will be due date. I think these are enough for us to filter these things, so we will just use these two because we just want to test this search functionality. So we will get this thing, also make it nullable, take this here. Now here we will be passing this to do here, and it will be to do, and we have two properties from to do. One is the to do, remove this const, one is the to do dot text here, and the second will be this what do you call it, the date time. So we can show this date time in trailing widget here, provide a text, and that will be to do dot due date dot to string, and we would like to make it substring so that we just get the date info, and that will be 0 to 10. It will work. So that's what we need to take. We will be getting this as required parameter, which will be this to do. So we have to do ready here, we will pass to do here. So for time being, let's just add a sample to do that will have this text gym workout, and then we have at that time as well. So for that, sorry, we will provide this due date, so just provide date time dot now, and you can see we have this thing ready here. We also need to give some kind of some sort of padding here, so the horizontal is going to be 10, and I think the vertical is good. Also change this color, and let's add some opacity here, that will be 0.6. Let's make this rounded. For that, let's use the shape property in the list style, and here we will be using rounded rectangular border. We need to specify border radius here, and we will use this circular. Let's use 14 here, and we have these list items ready here. Also we need to provide some spacing between the text field, and that let's provide 20. to differentiate these both. So we have our list here. Now what we can do, we can create a view model for this home screen. So let's create a view model here. That will be home view model, where we'll be storing the state. So we need this home view model, and here we will be using this home view model, and this will extend change notifier from provider. So whenever there is some change, so this change notifier will notify our UI. So for that we need provider package, import provider here, and now here we will be having this list of to do that will be storing our to do's. It will be an empty list by default. Import this to do, and we will also provide a getter that will be returning list of to do. Then we have this get and to do's. It will return this to do's, and also whenever this constructor is called, we will like to add some to do's in this list, and for that we can create some list, or we can assign these to do's with some values. So let's create a list of values that will be to do, provide some text like gym workout. Also we can provide due date here. It will be date time dot now. So we will be searching based on this text, so we don't need to change this date time for this test scenario. So let's create a few more to do's here. Add comma here. These will be, we need these commas here, also one here. We just need to change this text because we will be searching on based on this text. So it will be like homework, sports time, sports time. Similarly, bring some food. We can also add some other thing like taking a bath in the morning. So these are some things that we can show here in the list, and through which we will be searching, and the search key will we go here. So this list will be created whenever this view model is created, and we have this list that we will be getting from here. Down below we need search functionality here. So here we get this search method, and here we will pass a string value that will be taken from this text field. So here we will be getting this query, and here we will be applying this search thing. But for that we need another list that will be the filtered list. So we will call it filtered to do's, because when we search through a list, so the other items are removed and only the search results are shown. So when the search results are shown, it means that this to do has removed others. So if we get back, we clear the search, so the other that has been removed will not come back. So for that we need to maintain two lists. It will, this to do will store all the to do's, and this filtered to do's will only store based on the search query. So whenever this search field is cleared, and when this search field is cleared, so we will get all the to do's from this list. So here we need to make this search here. Also let's create a getter for this filter list as well. So it will be this filter list, then we have this filtered to do's. So these are the to do's that we will use in our app. Let's remove it from here. We will be using, whenever in the init state this to do is created, we will also make this filter to do's equals to these to do's that stores all the to do's, right? So filter will be initially that will contain all to do's whenever there is some search query. So this filter list will be updated with the to do's from the search, and whenever this is clear, so we would like to take this to do's back, and we would like to store all of those to do's back in this filter to do. So use this notify listeners here, and in there in the search what we can do, we will be using this filtered to do's, and we will be making its value equal to, we will search through all the to-dos we have is in this to-do list, right? And then we will be mapping these to-dos. We have this callback here. It will return uh, to do sorry, it will be we have this element from this to-do list. It contains all the to-dos. This is the to-do here. So if the to-do dot text we have, if it contains the search query that we have received here, which is this query, then it should be stored in this filter list. So we have this to-do list for all to-dos we have. So we will iterate through all of these to-dos using this callback, and we will be getting each and every to-do text. And if that text contains this query that we have entered here in this search field, so it should be written in the filter list, and that filter list to be shown here. So we have this thing here. We need to convert it to list, and here we have some issue. If it contains the query, so only those are going to be returned. So it will return us list bool. Oh, we don't need to use this map, we need to use where, right? So if not text, because we will be searching for each and every to do, and in that to do, if somewhere we find this condition to be met, so only those to do's needs to be added here in the filter list. And then whenever this filter list is updated, we will let our listeners know that we have some search query and we have filtered the list as per the search query. So that's how it will work. We have this thing ready with us, the view model. Now we need to go to the main file, and here we need to wrap this material widget in wrap this material widget with the change notifier provider. We can also wrap this home screen with that as well. So we'll wrap with widget that will be change notifier provider. In order to listen to that provider overview model we have created here, we need to define it here above the widget in which we will use it. So let's use this create method, and here use the home view model, and also let's get access to this view model. I will wrap it in the builder, that will be consumer, and here we will be specifying the type home view model. Down below we have this builder method. In this we have three arguments. One is the build context, then the view model, and then a widget. So for the view model we will give it the name model, and then we will ignore this one. Now if from the models, if our data has not been fetched, we would like to just show a circular progress indicator in the center. So it will be circular progress indicator in the center, and it will only be shown if sorry this will only be shown if the model dot filtered list we have, if this is equal to this is empty. If the list is empty, which means the to-dos have not been loaded yet, so we need to show this circular progress indicator. And if they are not empty, so we would be showing this padding. So normally we won't be seeing this circular progress indicator because this list has been assigned here synchronously, and we are not fetching it from somewhere. That delays the process. So if the process is not delayed, this line is not going to be shown. But if we are fetching these to do records from somewhere like local storage or API, so this circular progress indicator will run. But now here it won't run. Now if I restart my app, so let's see how it works now. So we haven't shown these list here. It's the default list that we have passed here. So what we can do here in item count, we will use the count from the filter list we have from the view model, right? And here it says we have this list, we need to pass the length here, and here we need to pass these to do's from the list. For that, let's add this thing. Then we have the custom tile here with us. It will return the custom tile. The to do will be taken using this variable that is to do, and it will be model dot filtered to do's, and we will pass this index to get each to do, and we'll pass this each to do here. And now we have the list shown that we have created here. Now we'll search through this list. We have all we have already added the search functionality, but here whenever this on change is called, we would like to use that search method. It will be search. Let's remove this const from here, and you can see on change is a function that takes a string, and then that string is taken whenever we type something here. So this that was working, but let's see what went wrong. The search was working. Let's restart our app, and this string that we receive here in on change is the string that is passed from this text field. And similarly, we have created this search that is of the similar nature. It receives this query, and we have the filter list updated here, and then the listeners are notified that a filtered to-dos have been updated. Now if I search for gym here, so I will write G. You can see we don't have such results. This G is taken, but the gym G is not taken, which is this capital G, because here we are searching for this query, and this query here we have provided a small case letter, and in that we have a capital letter, so we need to make it case insensitive. For that we need to change this text to dot lowercase, and if this contains this query, we also need to make it lowercase. Then we need to show that if I write G here now in this text field, so you will see we have this gym here. So any text in these to-dos that contains G will be searched here, and if I write more specific, then we have this gym workout here. So we have successfully implemented this search functionality. Let me write this homework, and you can see we have this thing uh, well and running. Let me tell you about this search a bit. You can see we have this second list, filter list. To do's have the list of all the to do's we have. Then we have the filtered list. Whenever this is created, home view model, so we are making this filtered list equal to do's, which means when this screen is created, both the list which is filtered and to do's have all the to do's. But when you change something here, if it's a letter or whatever, if you change anything here, this search will be executed each time something is written here. Like if you write just this keyword, sorry, I will add search here. So let's create a log here to show you how much time this search is executed. So search executed. So whenever there's a character change here, this search will execute. I've written A, it has been executed. I've removed it, it has been executed. So anytime here a character is added or removed, so this search is executed. And here the filtered list is updated while to do remains the same, and it contains all the to do's. So here what happens, we iterate through all the to do's in this list that contains all to do's, and then we search for we get each to do using this callback that is present in this list. And in all those to do's, we use this text property of to do's, convert it to lowercase, and then search for this query that has been entered here in the search here. So if any to do text contains this search query, so we add this to the filter list. So this to-dos list is filtered, and based on this search query, this filtered list is updated, and we let the listener know that the list has been updated. So we show this filtered list there. So if we even remove this search query gets empty. Whenever this gets empty, so all the exact this to-dos will be stored here, because whenever you map through it and you have this query as empty, so every string contains empty string, right? So it will again uh, takes all the to-dos present in this to-dos and will save it in the filter list. So if you add something here, so this updated, if you remove here, so you will get the list back. So it was all about the simple search functionality that we have implemented. So that's it for today's video. If you like a video, please do like, share, subscribe our videos. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.